Welcome back to Factorio MSX Gigabase. I may not be where you were expecting me to be. I am down by the science. Okay, so last episode we were up here at copper. We were draining all the copper off to buffer chests, which we've done. I have actually instated these requester chests so that they will draw from buffer chests, because I have re-enabled this line here. And this is still disconnected. I've moved all of the iron. There is no iron in any of these little networks now. I don't know how that happened. It was a pain to get rid of, but it has gone. This thing is sort of not helping matters, but it is draining. You can see that they're transferring to the buffer chest, so that's good. So this one was basically ready to go. But I found out that the supplies I had in iron, there just is too much sitting here at the moment, especially for the amount of ore I've had to dump. Well, I did dump a whole bunch of ore from the copper smelter. However got there, I dumped a bunch in there, and I dumped a bunch in here. These guys probably have no path. Yeah, that's why they're sitting there. But I filled out actually these requester chests with the excess ore just to find somewhere to put it. I don't know how it happened. It won't happen again. Right. So what we have is the plate trains can still access these stacks. The ore trains cannot. This one's split as well. If they really need to, the other stacks are unrestricted. So there's those. This one is not online yet. So we can't rely on that. I think we need to drain off some of the resources. We need to drain off some of the processing units, some of the red circuits, and this is going to take quite a while. It is up to, what's it up to? We are up to 742,000 solar panels. It's actually putting them down quite quickly now that I topped up the what do we call them? The substations. I topped up the supply of substations, and I'll probably do that again as well. Maybe between episodes. We'll see how we're going. But I think the amount I've laid down will probably... I'll actually show you on max zoom out. That is my factory on maximum zoom out. As you can see, it's basically the entire height of the screen. It's not the entire width of the screen yet, but it is the entire height of the screen. So calling it a gigabase seems fair on that respect, although my criteria is all-time production of one of these at the very least exceeds 1 billion. Not even halfway there yet, so not a gigabase yet, but well on the way. And interestingly enough, iron plates is definitely narrowed the gap on copper, and probably will soon pass it in terms of the usage. Oh, the other thing actually that was very interesting from that was 5.8 million landfill, and I've painfully had to place every single bit of that, so yeah. Never mind. Okay, so we're at science. What I have done between times is not that significant. I have done a little bit though. I have made this so it's 3 from each of these platforms, 3 unloaders, and 6 from this one, which will be the space science. And I have moved the station so it's kind of in the middle. So that's where space science will be. Don't need any of those bits. Now we need this to connect up to this side. Like so. And everywhere else we need to create that same pattern. I really don't have very many construction bots. They're somewhere up north, so yeah, I'm not quite sure what the fastest way of doing this is. Whether I just dump my bots, that actually might not be a bad idea. Dump my bots, grab some more bots. So We need to replace all of these. There's no point having requested chests in a science stack, like the science consumption stack. It's not going to get you very far. Whoops, these all need to be facing that way. And these guys, we don't need you guys. No, it must be 3 from each end that I knock off. That one doesn't work, and we need a station, which will go not there, but I guess there. And if it's there, then, because space science is somewhat more concentrated, let's give it a few more inserters. We may not actually need that, but whoops, it's not what I was after. I was after that guy. Put him back in. Get rid of all of this. And you need to connect up over here. I don't actually have a good model of that just sitting with me just at the second. That will do it. So that's just a rinse and repeat job. Actually, it's going to be a bit dangerous putting in come on, bots. All 17 of you get to work. Do something useful for me. Is that the final one? Yes, it is. Do I have enough rail to actually get here? Maybe. Maybe not. 40 doesn't seem like enough, but we will soon see. No, not enough. We will get a little bit when we do our changes to this area. Sorry for the silence, I just I mean, it's not complex, but I just want to get it right. U3, 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 U3. Get a replacement station. And yeah, about there seems to there, or is it there? No, it would have to be there, or there. That's where it's going. You there. We can rip out this bit of rail. Yeah, I doubt that is going to be enough. We're bound to have rail down below once we get there. Good old-fashioned way of doing... Whoops, just go up there when I click you up there. Good old-fashioned way of doing things. Okay, down below, let the bots do something. Place the train station. Ooh, about there. Pick up this guy. Place that guy, grab some rail from along here. That one was enough. We're missing this one. How annoying is that? With a bit of luck, there's a little bit of rail sitting down in this network. I think there is. Let me just ask for 100 rail, say. There we go. Now, my idea is that the trains won't actually come in here full. They will instead be restricted in their capacity. Which I will show you. Oops, yeah, that's right. I'll show you shortly. I haven't actually ordered the trains yet, but we are going to need 4 of each sort, which... Let's not worry about the space science for a second or two. That's full. That's not. Let's get... okay, so 4 by 6 is 24. We're going to get 24 trains. That is a lot. 24 by 6 locomotives is 144 locomotives. This could take a bit longer than I was anticipating. 144 locomotives, and 24 by 8 is 192 wagons. Yes, we definitely should have asked for that at the beginning of the program, although most of those trains have been provided pretty quickly, so that's pretty good. So because this network is closed, what I'm going to do is I'm going to insert the trains directly up here where the fueling is, so that they will get fuel. The idea of 4 is that 2 can be sitting here, and I would expect that either you have some here, or they're sitting in their stations, or they're sitting here unloading. So that's the idea of 4. If we're not going to make them full trains, why do I still want 383s? Well, that's just to spread them out to make it convenient for this area. Oh, we're not going to get enough trains this way. I'm going to have to tell it to bring me more. It's better to tell it to oversupply you than let it undersupply you, so let's make that 150. Oh, it's going to give me another 145. I don't want that. No. We'll see what it turns up with. I might have to send it back to get some more. I forgot about the little bit of rounding that I allow it to do. Anyway, let us get signals on all of this area. It's too many signals, and you can't really be one of those. On the way in, you have to pass a proper signal. On the way out, of course, it has to be chain signals. That's fine. That should be fine. Alright. So that side is fine. We need to name these appropriately. So let's go to the bottom stack. We have named that appropriately. Science West Unload. Science East 1, Science East 2. Right, so these new stations don't have proper names. They're Space Science 1 Unload. Space Science 1 Unload. And I might copy that and then just edit the copied version with a 2. Just so when trains are called through, they know how to distinguish them. Called through by the my mod. And we set that up, which we will do very, very soon. 4. Okay, so that's these guys. Now, we need some subscribers for the science trains themselves. Have any of them turned up yet? No, from the looks of things. Still trying to make wagons, perhaps. Alright, we can set this other stuff up, though, in the meantime. So, over here, we have not that, but yellow science weight. These don't need to be numbered. In fact, it's best that they're not numbered. And we'll slip a subscriber in there, so we now have yellow science on the list. This is going to need a scroll bar, which it doesn't currently have. Yellow science weight, right. Green science weight. And a subscriber. And red science weight. And a subscriber. So we now have these 3 sciences. we haven't done it yet. It'll probably be another episode when we do it, but space science will come up here. We'll just have one line, but we'll kind of split it in half with we don't need 2 train stops. We'll just use a rail signal, so 2 121s can line up here, and that's how space science will come in. Now we need to do the same on the other side. Have our train been yet? No, it hasn't. How's it going? It must be on its way. Let's have a look. Yes, it is on its way. It'll be here very soon. Probably just enough time to get our other sciences on this side set up. So you are blue science. Wait. And we're going to need 3 subscribers for here as well. 1 down here. There's blue science. You can be purple science. Purple science, wait. And a train subscriber. And military science. Military science, wait. And a train subscriber. Okay. Primed and ready. Where's the train? Where is it going? Hopefully this is the only outpost supply. Oh, this one's not even open. What? Oh yeah, there are carriages in there. Alright, let us get rid of that. Ask for locomotives in the amount of, say, 20's not going to work. 12, and actually we'll dump some stuff. It's the only way this will work properly. Let us put these guys down, put all our blueprints in there, those things, all the things that there's lots of that we clearly don't need. That'll do. Now, trains, let us get, say, 60 will do for now. And 80 wagons. Make sure we're not auto-trashing these things. Did I just tell it not to bring me any of the... Yeah, I must have. Alright. How many did we decide we needed? About 100. Why don't I just say 150? Or 160 even. And because I'm just such an idiot, I'm going to pause the recording until they get here, and then we can proceed with... Oh, actually, no, that's not necessary. What we can do is come up here and set up some of our publishers and train counters and things. So there are 8 in total. Let's create 8 counters. This isn't counting space science. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 8 publishers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we are going to need some power over here. Let's just run down here and see. Did I dump a power? No. Let me just get 10 substations, say, or 50 even. Here we go. How are you going? Slowly. Okay, so we are going to need a substation around about here. And we are going to plug in to get our count like so. And you are going to do that, but instead of 16,000, I think I'll make that 8,000. Output star, and it's going to be yellow science, green science, red science, so they're all being demanded. Put our train counter in, put our publisher in, and hook these guys up. They're all on red. We have to use red. Oh, that's on green. Doesn't matter. You, we can connect up with green then. You have read train contents, that should work. It'll mix the two sources, the green and the red, inside the combinator, so that should be fine. And we have each of the requirements, so this will have to feed out to here. Actually, we need 3, don't we? Which means instead of 8, I will need 24. 8, 13, 18, 23, 24. And that's awkward, isn't it? You can go. Ooh, there is no room there. Could that be? That might be too far up. Alright. Let's take you out. Let's put that there. That there, and the extra publisher can go on this side. That'll be fine. Now, you can do a bit of a ring around the rosy like that. Oh, we'll need to set up priorities. So we have the subscriptions for each of the sciences. The priorities should be fairly straightforward. Basically, red science will be red select, go all the way to the bottom, red science wait, save, green science select, green science save, blue science, whoops, needs to be that one, blue science save, military science wait, purple science, select your station, you are purple science wait. These are our source stations for the demand, if you're unfamiliar with my mod's workings. Yellow, and what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we haven't done space science yet, so that will have to do. Now, what this means we can do is, this can be if trains are less than P, then trains are less than PQ. I should have a means to insert my priorities here. I'm not sure why I'm not. Right, let's quit and I'll try and sort that out. And back. And I've fixed this up so it handles the open closing thing a little bit more robustly. So I mean, what was happening was there was some error condition which is not obvious why it occurs, due to two things. One, this is Lua is event driven, at least to some extent, and the order in which things happen is not always obvious with an event driven language, but at least we now have it opening up. So P is yellow, so this one should be the yellow science. There you go. Q is green, that's Q, so you are green science. And this one should be R, which is red science. So we'll have a few requests sitting there now. Lube seems to be an ongoing problem. Have we got any trains yet? Yes, we have. That is simply fantastic news. What I will do is come up to here. You're yellow, aren't you? Yes, yellow science. So, can't really do this in the nursery, so we'll do it here. I mean, I could try and open this up so that it's possible to access from the nursery, but failing that, let's just put them here. Or as we haven't done that yet, let's just put them here, shall we say. Two per science at a time. Presumably they're sitting in manual at the moment, so there's not really an issue. I might have to speed up a bit of this because we probably don't have huge reserves of time. But you need to get the general idea of what we are doing, I guess. Get science underway. Science! I know one thing this is probably going to do is call another fuel train. Let's see. Is there a fuel train underway? No, apparently not. So 1.7, I've got 1.7, what's the call? 1. Okay, so maybe that's not enough to call a fuel train. Anyway, you need to go to, what are they called? They're not called anything sensible yet. We need to make these things sensible over here to the west. So the science trains come in here. This will be yellow science load. And it might be that I will need to put some smarts at the front just to say don't come in if we don't have 16,000. Yes, that's the other thing. I want to limit the number of trains that, sorry, the capacity of the trains going through. So this is green science load. top one is red science load. So I'd rather have lower capacity slightly more often than massive capacity once every hour or something. It will make handling the output easier as well. So these stack to 200, so that there is 2000. It's 16,000 if I only allow one row. So that is actually what I intend to do. Let's just come down here. Oops. Sweet. So, your yellow science. So you should go yellow science load until inventory full. And hopefully it accepts what I've set as what inventory full means. Then yellow science wait until circuit condition, and we're going to set you to go to yellow science wait. Has your subscription not picked you up? I can't tell because they're off the page. Maybe what we need to do is go to manual, back up, and then go to yellow science wait. There we go. Okay, well we don't need that one there. Need it to instead go there, but it doesn't look like it's going to work quite the way I want it to. Have I only set up one? I think I've only set up one set of publishers, subscription thingies. Yes, I have. That's no good. Let's get them all set up. So we need a train counter, and these guys, and this is yellow, green, for red, go there, get the wire, make sure this is picking up read train contents. It is. Okay. Oh, you have not been given your wire yet. You go to there, to there, to there. Trains less than P. We do yellow science. And I'm getting off the train tracks. Trains PQ, we do green science. And trains less than we do red science. So that should have created a few more requests. Alt 2, so we need to duplicate this twice more. I guess I'll probably speed that up. Um, let's just make sure these others are 8,000. Okay. So, oh, how did that get in there? Weird. Looks like we are missing a signal just down here that is going to be rather vital. In fact, it looks like we don't have any signals there at all, so we need the chain signals. Do we have any in here? Do you have chain signals? Yes. Let's just get some. 22, I think that's all you had. So let's carry on with that. Oh, this is all a mess. But the most important one for now is this one here. Must be some up here that we're missing as well. Okay, why can't you go now? Oh, here. The one bit that we can't put anything on has to be the bit that has issues. Might have to redo this so that I can put something on here. Alright, let's do that. Well, that has a bit, actually. But it's back there, I want it after this has gone around the corner. So if we were to go just there and then start doing that, that will make all the difference in the world. And we might have to do something similar with this one. Yeah, because I want to be able to... What's this one doing? Does nothing. I want one on here, but it's probably not as important now. If I was to go auto and you to auto, now wants one here. Yep, moving. Good. So that gets the trains moving. Now, once they have made a lap, they will start behaving slightly better. I probably should move where these are, but never mind. So you need to be green. Green science load until inventory full, and then green science wait until circuit condition. And I will jump on board, back it up a tiny fraction, tell it to go automatic, go there, and off we go. Same deal with this one, manual, okay, let's back up the tiny fraction, tell it to go there on automatic. Now you are red science. You know, I might even be able to cope with 2, but I sort of doubt it. Red science load until inventory full, red science wait until circuit condition. I sort of doubt it. I am going to do the other side now. It's basically exactly the same thing. And then, actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn sciences onto an infinite research. Actually not that one. I'm going to turn it onto that one, which we cannot do because the space science is not going to be provided at the second. This is just so these guys can... What do you mean no path? Red science load. You've got no path to red science load. Why are you flashing? Because these guys need something. Perhaps. Yeah. Red science load. Alright, let's have a look. And we didn't stay on that tech. There you go. These things probably are not doing everything that we need them to. That one's going to green science. Gonna need to get some more of those. Red science does not have enough rail. And we need more signals. And I need to do the other side. The other side's going to be very similar. And I also wanted to get more trains on here, but I might not be able to. Given yellow science is already back and just sitting here waiting. That probably means that every one of these has... well, it's got 32,000 yellow. That kind of suggests it's got more than it needs, because there's only 16,000 on a train. It should have only had one train. How much have you got? 16,000. And you have 32,000 as well. Oh, did I set the thing over here correctly? Or did I take... Maybe I just took too long getting it set correctly. That's probably what it was. Because it was set to 32,000. There you go, that's 8,000, and that's just 16,000. Very good. Now, the other side. Same idea, zillions of trains. These are all named properly, aren't they? Yes, but these aren't. So that should be blue science load. Purple science load. And military science load. I'm actually running short of time right at the second, so I will probably try and keep it in this episode, but I may have to actually break for a bit and come back and actually do the science as part of a later little bit. Still part of this episode. And maybe that's too much yak for this episode. So maybe we'll just cut that nonsense out. Okay, so I have fixed up the signals, I have set up the publishers for the science from the other side, I've put bots in each bit. We have, in each of the 4 sections, they have all of the sciences in every single one. All that remains to be done is to say go, and I'd kind of like that, what's it called, the artillery, I'd kind of like that, so that's certainly something we can do. 8,000 science, we've done a little bit. Be nice if this would tell you how much. I'd say that's less than 1,000 maybe, who knows. Let's see how long this takes. 8,000 science, thereabouts, in real time. These aren't going to get up to 6,000 because they're replacement. I think I've tried to explain that in the past, but I'm really not going to have time to explain it at all because this is going to finish in a second. And there you go. 6,000 sites a minute. When buffered, of course. We do have the ability to build it. It's just can we do it at 6,000 UPS? And there are a few things that we need to finish. But there you have it. There you have it. We now can do artilleries. Artillery trains and the likes. Artillery wagon. Isn't there some other artillery thing? A static artillery turret? Yeah. Beautiful. Alright guys, that's going to have to do us. Thanks for joining me. I will see you next time. Bye bye for now.